Hey everybody, welcome back to the Spin Rack. Once again, we're here at DC Fandom, and I'm here with my boys, PD and Cal. Say what's up, gents.
Yo.
Ready to rock.
Let's look at this stuff about what DC put out for Shazam. I hope you like it. It's a nice treat.
Hi everyone, I'm Asher Angel. I can't believe I'm here in the Hall of Heroes celebrating all things DC with you, the greatest fans in the entire multiverse. But I couldn't wait to tell you that we just finished shooting the sequel to probably your favorite DC movie of all time, featuring the only teenager to ever take a subway ride to the Rock of Eternity.
Superman? There's a sequel
Billy's
to the
own
first Superman?
Billy Batson. The new movie is called Shazam.
You see what I did there? Because in the movie, when he says, anyway, I'm Zachary Levi, and let me tell you something, our new movie, Shazam.
I hope he doesn't look like that in the movie.
This of Philadelphia, and probably, I don't know, actually the entire world is in my hands, but this time, the family and I, we're up against some seriously scary villains. Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu, my real-life alter ego, Asher Angel, and I. We had such a great time making this movie with our director, David Sandberg, and the rest of our cast, Jack and Megan and Adam and Ross and Grace and DJ and Ian and Jovan and Faith. There are so many. And like our new cast members, like Rachel Zegler. We just wanted to take you behind the scenes to join in the fun during the making of Shazam. Hello, my name is Zachary Levi. I should have a little tag. And I play Shazam.
Play Captain Marvel.
We all established something very special in the first movie. And in Shazam, Fury of the Gods, we expand.
Helen Mirren.
They have balanced their
Good.
superheroes.
This is where you
Making good.
superhero friends, isn't it?
Making good.
These goddesses
Yes.
come to our world. Our incredible new villain.
Oh, that's Granny Goodness.
Helen Mirren. She's kick-ass as Calypso.
We have mythological creatures.
Minotaurs, harpies, dragons. When I talk about upgrades, we got an upgrade, a huge upgrade in the suit. Bigger action sequences, bigger set pieces.
We go from Athens to Philadelphia. We go from the Rock of Eternity and the Library of Eternity to the Realm of the Gods. So we get to go to environments that were never explored in the first film.
All right, this is pretty interesting. This is not what I thought they were going to do.
3, 2, 1.
Shazam, Fury of the Gods takes the excitement and the action to a whole new level.
It's going to be more of a spectacle.
This fun all around. You're in store for a treat, y'all.
Making good.
Y'all.
I'll tell you that right now. But I'm there, 2023. Wow. This movie's going to be out. It's taking forever. You know, it looks good. You know, so my first impression is that it's just off the chain. I like the first one. I like the whole Billy Babson stuff.
Zippy on the first one.
Especially, they look great when they got older. Especially, you know, it looked much better then. But I'm hoping now that they've gotten themselves together. The comedy, which is a very good thing, big strong part of this particular franchise. I hope they're able to continue that. I like Zachary Levi in the role. The suits look badass. You know what I'm trying to say? They look much better than they were before. Before it looks as though they just put on Halloween costumes. Here it looks like, yo, legit power.
Oh,
you know?
somebody's queuing up. I can see somebody getting into their windup, ready to throw the pitch.
So, Petey, what you think about this? We'll let Cal finish it up. What's your thought about this so far?
I like sort of the second half of Shazam. I'm still not used to them calling themselves Shazam when they have.
Okay, Pete, you okay?
I almost died. No.
Yeah, because you called him the wrong name. His name is Captain Marvel.
Yes. Thank you.
Shazam here.
So now, with that said, this looks good. It has Helen Mirren in it. Lucy Liu has all the classic cast in it. It looks like fun. But it's missing Wonder Woman. All of this stuff, they need to have some Wonder Woman in here with all this god stuff and whatnot, and the Greek gods and Minotaur, all this stuff. They need Wonder Woman in Paradise Island. That's all I had to say.
Interesting thought. What about you, Cal?
Excuse me, guys, for that.
I looked at the costuming at first and I saw Helen Mirren. I was like, is she Granny Goodness? Because that looks straight like Granny Goodness's outfit from Fourth World. But I see that they abandoned all of that because that was all tied to Zack Snyder. and all things Zack Snyder must go away forever. Yes. That being said, I only have one major criticism, but I'll get to that in a second. Again, this looks like they're actually taking a sequel seriously. That they say, look, we got a good start here. I thought that we would see Black Adam in the sequel. I honestly thought that we would see Black Adam in the sequel, and we'd see Captain Marvel fight Black Adam. But they're really doing some serious commitment to the Black Adam stuff. So I don't know if we'll ever see Black Adam, versus Captain Marvel in a film, because they're looking to make Black Adam his own thing at the end of the day. So that will be interesting to see how that comes down the pike. But they got everybody back. Everybody looks good. Costuming looks good. The story, I'm not too sure about because they haven't told us anything. But you got Helen Mirren. You have Helen Mirren, just a top-notch actress. And just a beautiful woman. I mean, regardless of age, she always comes across great on screen. Lucy Liu, we'll see what she does. I mean, she's just not, huh?
She was always great.
We'll see what she does. I'm not sure what she's there for, to be quite honest. Helen Mirren, I mean, great actress, so I'm pretty sure that she's going to pull off whatever role. I'm not certain of the function of these two guys in terms of villains or antagonists. And what kind of role they're gonna play in because again, you got a Shazam family here.
Yes.
Okay, so you got 7 guys. You're gonna have to be really doing some stuff to keep them all occupied at the end of the day. Plus the Wizard is back, so that's a lot of good guys at the end of the day. So I really want to see what these guys are going to bring to the table. But as good as this looks, I am still annoyed over the fact that they don't even have a name for this guy in the movie. The title of the film is Shazam. The Wizard's name is Shazam, which they already established in the first movie. Billy Batson, speak my name. Shazam! He gets the powers. What we got? He has no name. He was called Captain Sparkly Fingers and all this other type of stuff. He can't call himself Shazam because that summons the lightning. That summons the magical power. So for me, I'm like, his name is Captain Marvel. I mean, come on, guys. Put on the strap. Get those testicles in order and go fight for this guy's name. And Marvel Comics, stop being a bunch of bastards. Okay, you could share this name without any problem because good and well the Captain Marvel you have is nothing compared to the original. Okay, he's got the wisdom of Solomon, the strength of Hercules, the stamina of Atlas, the power of Zeus, the courage of Achilles, and the speed of Mercury. What does yours have? Nothing compared to the original. Let the guy have his name. It's, good grief. It's just like everything else. They're taking everything. They even took Captain Marvel's name. Give him his name, Captain Sparkly Fingers.
Now, so that's what the key thing.
You've got this great vehicle. As I was saying before somebody tried to rudely interrupt me, you've got this great vehicle. I mean, you have to agree with this. You have a great vehicle, it looks like right here, and the character doesn't have a name. He doesn't have a name.
Yeah, I mean, that's a strong argument. No, that is a strong argument. We can't hop over that because they made fun of it. Had they not called attention to it, and had they try to do it as a legacy thing where he takes on the name, they already blew it. And, the name also calls forth the energy. So he introduced himself.
But here's the thing. I'm not disagreeing with you on that end, but
they're calling him the next Marvel movie. They're not calling Captain Marvel 2. They're calling it Marvels. So there's that.
It's called Captain Marvel, though. That's
the movies is called Marvel. So the branding of it is Marvels. Because they chickened out even on that. They're like saying, hey, we're giving you a group. There's going to be a bunch of girls in it, right? So, and that's neither here nor there, but...
It's not here nor there. The point is what he's saying is that the Captain Marvel should give it back. They're not giving it back. So we need to move on from that argument, okay? It's not happening, all right? So all I got to say is that we leave it. Now, also in terms of, it's going to be...
it would be good to share, since his history...
They own it. Why share? This is my bag.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
They're not going to do it.
Why not be a gentleman and say, you can brand it as the TV show branded it as that, and then they called Captain Marvel, and they moved on. I mean, that was in the 70s, wasn't it?
Yeah, even when they did the JLA versus Avengers crossover, they had that great scene where somebody calls out Captain Marvel, and you see both Captain Marvel and Captain Marvel both turn around like, thanks.
It's not happening. So let's not even delve into that madness. Marvel ain't giving up the name that's rightfully theirs, and unfortunately, DC is going to have to use something. Probably he'll have to call himself Mr. Shazam, so he can get the power or something like that. Who
Yeah,
knows?
that works, Mr. Shazam.
Well, I'm not sure. The thing is like this with the gods coming down. It's kind of feeling it's feeling like they're taking a note from the what's it, Perez run where it was we had the War of the Gods. And
Yeah.
two sort of stories about that. So it'd be kind of a shame to like borrow from the other thing when you can do that. Well, we have other plans for Wonder Woman. What? No, use all of those cool.
Well, right here, they're talking about the Helen Mirren. So they have it's a little confusing. So from what I've been reading before is that Calypso is either Helen Mirren or is Lucy Liu, and the other one is Hespera. I don't know which one is going to be which, but they're both daughters of the god Atlas, and those are going to be the main villains. We don't know what in terms of what they're causing, why they're there, what's going to happen, what's the plot in terms of that. But they're the bad guys, and the Shazam family has to go after these two who are super strong and super powerful. Look, I think that it would be great to have Wonder Woman, a great cameo, because we were hoping for Superman the last time, and if they have a Wonder Woman this cameo, it makes a lot of sense. In terms of the Black Adam, they've already said the first movie of Black Adam is really a setup, so there's not going to be really a crossover. Probably within the second either Black Adam or the third Shazam, they'll probably come up. But right now, they're not doing it like you said before. They're not going to do that right now. They got to develop the character, and of course, The Rock has to have this place first and on top.
Actually, Petey's point makes a really good point, and it shows you where DC still doesn't get it. This would be perfect. This would be a perfect place to get Wonder Woman in and try to get some interconnectivity between these characters and these films, and try to. That's one of the things that Marvel did that was really, really good, because it felt like, all right, hey, even if I don't necessarily vibe with this character, I want to see this film because I don't want to miss out on the overall story. So I'm watching this because I don't want to miss anything, and I don't know how this is going to tie into something else later on. Here you've got the same thing, or at least where these characters, all right, you had Superman in the first one. As much as you could call that Superman, since it was a bust shot, because you couldn't actually get Henry Cavill in the film, but you could get Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman in here and say, okay, great, yeah, these guys actually know each other, and we're building something right here, and really build up some anticipation towards that. And instead, they're still doing this. Oh, we're going to do the self-contained stuff because it's working and we're making some money. But I'm pretty sure that's the second they're like, oh, there's and I guess I get the whole once bitten twice shy with Justice League, when they're trying to get away from those particular things. I know there's some stuff going on behind where they really want to get away from what Snyder was involved with, because and rightfully so, they're trying to do something different, so they got to get away from that. But you still have stuff that's viable. You would want to make that, as long as she's going to be Wonder Woman. I don't see why she doesn't make an appearance here.
I agree with you. I'm with you with that 100% there.
Well, I was also thinking that they should, instead of doing the Wish sort of story, having Wonder Woman meet more like in your face gods coming down. But the part that you also said, like, because it's kind of the Hollywood angle of Helen Mirren being Granny Goodness, but babing her up, since I think it's Walter Simonson established that that Granny Goodness was a babe when she was young, and then over the years she just turned into the evil that she came out from the struggles on Apocalypse, where she revels in her how she is. It would have been interesting to see if they were going to do some more dark side stuff to bring him in there, but it's kind of persona non grata now. It's like, you blew a dark side. And we're not going to touch it. So now they're doing Greek gods. Like, but one, we need a big Wonder Woman story. Like, nope, we're going to do some, hopefully they do something big for Wonder Woman, because they're using everything that was in the Perez wheelhouse now. So, like, what do you do if you're already using all that stuff for?
And that's why perfect point, Petey, because I'm saying, why don't they use other gods? I'm trying to say there are other gods. And this is, we're always constantly going back to the whole Greek god, and there are other things. Open up instead of limiting yourself, open yourself up to a whole nother mythology. There are gods from all other cultures, and here, Shazam, if you're like the most powerful dude trying to control things and keep everything down, let's spread it out. I mean, look, Shazam is not even Greek. He's supposed to be what? I know the
It's a mix.
it's like Middle Eastern or whatever that area or not Ethiopian.
Are you talking about the one in the present one they're doing?
Present one, because you have Black Adam from what, Kunduz or something like that.
Kandar.
Hmm?
Kandar. It's a fictional place.
Kandar. So I'm just saying, do the same thing, split it up. There are others you can do.
I'm not sure what you're saying.
I'm just saying that this is taking from a little bit. It seems from the Greek god storyline that we had, the War of the Gods with Wonder Woman, and this would be a great storyline that they could have used for Wonder Woman. But instead of doing that, because they're now having him, they're giving some of that Greek god storyline to Shazam. It may not be the same storyline, but I'm just saying the very fact that they're including it there. So when people see it, if it ever shows back up with the Wonder Woman, they're going to say, hey, it's kind of the same thing, they're retreading. While in Thor, you have Gore the God Killer. He's killing gods from all over the universe. He's killing everybody who claims that they're a god. And so that's definitely different from what we're seeing here. And I don't know. It's just, to me, sometimes these guys, instead of trying to do something different, like Thor the God Killer and Gore the God Killer, they're doing this thing where they're like, hey, let's use the Greek gods again. Let's use it again. Let's the same thing. Like we're using different characters. So we're using Calypso. We're using Hespera. They don't necessarily use them all the time. It's usually the top, like Ares and Zeus and some of the others. I just want to see something different. Let's try something outside in other cultures.
They did the Mayans, and look where they got. Look, we were okay with the Wonder Woman, and everyone else hated it.
No, the Mayans. The problem is
I'm just messing with you. I know what you mean, though.
Never did.
They didn't do actual gods. They used some heirloom from the gods.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Let's go all the way, bro, if we're gonna do it. But look, Shazam looks interesting. It looks as though it's gonna be fun. I just hope that they keep it the same type of fun atmosphere they did the first one, and just get a little bit more intricate. It looks as though they said they're doing bigger set pieces, they're more battles. We'll see how that works out.
What's standard Hollywood? Whatever worked the first time. Hey, what did we like? Oh, everybody liked the neon colors. Twice as many neon colors. We got neon toothpaste. Everything neon. It's all neon. So of course we'll have some bigger stuff.
Don't say that. With the light hands, lightning in my hand. We see some more of that. I'm gonna.
Lightning. What? Yeah, that sounds good. Lightning from my hands. Lightning from my hands.
DC is leaving money on the table by not doing a more active, like you guys were saying, a more active, connected universe between all these guys. They're leaving money on the table by doing R-rated shows again, which I think that it takes off some of the fans. I think that if you have a more connected
R-rated movies or TV shows.
R-rated movies. That's what I'm talking about. Like the Joker, the Suicide Squad.
They made a ton of money off of Joker.
They didn't make a ton of money off of Suicide Squad.
Because they did the double thing. They did the sit at home and the other thing. They didn't. You see how Marvel's doing the release and then doing the Disney release later. They've already experienced that. They shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. Well, actually, I don't know. The numbers aren't going to be fully in at the end of the day, and they're going to have to. I mean, this is not a breakout hit for them or by any stretch of the imagination. But the stuff I heard is that they're all doing okay with the streaming. That the streaming with the Suicide Squad, those numbers are very, very good for them. So if the behind-the-scenes numbers, that streaming money is there for them, then these guys are gonna be like, okay, we didn't do the theater stuff, but we're making the money here. But that's still, going to be something at the end. That's still something that has to be sorted out a lot later.
The big money is at the movie theater. There's different streams. You got the
Can we? I'm not trying to argue with you. Can we really say that right now? Because a lot of the money is coming from the streaming, and we don't know those numbers.
They're never going to tell us that either.
That's why they settled. That's why they settled with Black Widow, so they don't have to say anything.
Yeah. So here's $30 million. Shut up.
Yep.
All right. Let's close this one out.
Hey, so thank you everybody for listening. Spin a ride. We
are
out.
Subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Comment.